Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on the hood.
Look, harvesting our bodies, harvesting our organs. Got them real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cup when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello, and welcome back to our MACM Make a Culture Move podcast, where we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We are your host, Mark Jonathan.
G.
And as always, we have a wonderful segment for you all today. But before we get started, if we can have our brief disclaimer.
So y'all here on the MACM podcast, y'all know we talk about a lot of things. Sometimes it can be a little controversial. And we just ask that if, you know, something that is said here makes you feel some type of way or you disagree, before you jump down our necks, think about that. Think about why it made you feel some type of way, because we're the experts in the areas that we discuss on. So before you just jump at us, think about it. And then hit us up and we can have an intellectual discussion about it. And it may be controversial. You feel me? We like that. But with that being said, y'all, this week, we done had our MACM virtual workshop. It's been dope. We had ages 8 to 13 and 14 through 26. And it's just been a dope week. Today is the final day of our workshop. It's the chess tournament day. All of our kids are super excited to play some chess and, you know, have that opportunity to make some money. But with that, we just had a lax week. You know, Monday we talked about, we had some Black news, and we had our potential versus battle, and we on that same thing today. Y'all. We got some more Black news for y'all, and we got our potential versus battle just to keep the week, you know, leveled out.
Absolutely. And, you know, hopefully you guys get your kids or yourself signed up for our next one. We are looking more towards summertime, so just look out for that. But as G said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So with that being said, we got some unfortunate news that G actually found, and it happened a minute ago, right? And we're just not hearing about it.
Yeah.
Crazy. So let me go ahead and pull this up for us. Crazy. And I think I found an article about it too. But yeah. Oh, yep. Say that. Let's do it.
In court, the kids in court going through the system, and I just don't. And they're talking about we need reform. Maybe we do need reform, but you could just not be stupid. Really, you really?
It's common sense, right? Sharon, it's common sense, right? I mean, first of all, if you're the police, you see this 6-year-old boy, he picked a tulip. Why are you arresting him? And why are you charging him? Why is he in court? You're talking about the damage that you can do. You're talking about the cognitive skills, the damage you can do to a child to put him through the system. He has no idea what's going on, but you've already given him the head start, so to speak. You've already given him the training shoes of what it's like to be in the system. Why would you take this little boy home if he's done something wrong? Exactly. We don't know what color he is. We don't. But at the same time, the black, white, indifferent, a boy, girl, 6 years old, why are you taking him to jail for picking a tulip? And then why is he in the
Somebody should have bought that boy some flowers.
Who's the judge or the prosecutor that basically said, you know what, we need to try this case? Why are you wasting taxpayers' dollars and then you're wasting his time? Boy should be in school, not in the courthouse.
Crazy. Did you want to read any of this or just
Yeah, I just want to
in?
read a little bit of it. Okay. Children as young as 6 years old can be charged and go to juvenile court in North Carolina. According to the Winston-Salem Journal, a 6-year-old boy was recently charged with injury to real property for picking a tulip from a yard at his bus stop. Julie Boyer, the boy's attorney, said his attention span was short, so she had to give him she had him color a picture during court proceedings. My bad, y'all. Been a long week. The 2020 North Carolina TSK Force for Racial Equity and Criminal Justice report recommends raising the age to 12. The National Juvenile Justice Network recommends a rise to the age of 14. A 6-year-old, we're talking about someone that's in kindergarten or first grade. They don't understand the process. They don't understand what's going on. They probably don't even know their address. Leanna Hunter of the New Hanover County Public Defender's Office told WECT News 6, the earlier that you introduce a child to the criminal justice system, the higher the chances they will remain in the criminal justice system. She says the behavior that sends children into the juvenile system is better addressed in therapy. Yeah, so
Man.
yeah, a 6-year-old boy is on trial for picking a tulip out of the grass area at his bus stop. A 6-year-old boy is on, like dude said, it don't matter, black, white, indifferent, it's Asian, boy, girl, it's a 6-year-old child. A 6-year-old, like how? What the fuck? Y'all gotta excuse my language on this one, but nah, really. A 6-year-old? His attention span so short that while they was in court, they had to give him a coloring picture so he could color, so he can sit still while they went through the proceedings in court. Mark, what's up? How you feel about this?
I mean, I'm speechless. And as I believe his name is Mike Hill or whoever was holding the conversation with the lady, like he said, clear as day. Like, or even before that, when the lady said just buy him some flowers, I don't even understand if this were to go to trial and then he were to lose, unfortunately, what would be the consequence? And is the consequence even worth, is the consequence even worth them going to trial? Like he said, they're spending taxpayers' dollars and a whole lot of time for trying a 6-year-old for picking flowers. And then what is that? What is that crime even? I forget what it said. It like injury
to real property.
Yeah, like he picked a flower off a lawn. Property. He picked a flower to the lawn. Like you would have swore he did some vandalism or something crazy or out the norm.
Something like.
Man, and even still at 6 years old, how do you? Man, you take that child home or to school, wherever he needs to be. Like, nah, that's crazy. Not to try him. That's crazy. It just leaves me speechless, honestly. It's tough to think about.
I was speechless when I read, let's see. Where was this? North Carolina. North Carolina.
A 6-year-old, your 6-year-olds aren't safe, man.
Oh my gosh. It's like, how can you protect your babies? You know, like, how can you protect your babies from stuff like that? First of all, who called the police?
I'm saying.
Like, man, our babies are not safe.
But even regardless of that, though, like, I understand, like, who called the police, but even once you get there, you should be like, you called me for this?
Yeah, you called me for this? Like, you go to whoever called and give them a citation and make them pay a fine for wasting time. Like,
telling you.
6-year-old, and the fact, like, yeah, who's the prosecutor? Who's the judge? Y'all are letting this go through? Y'all are letting this happen to sit and force and watch a 6-year-old go through the criminal justice system. He's not even going through family court. That's a whole different thing. But the criminal justice system, that's a whole different era of the court systems.
Mm-hmm.
A whole different dynamic. It's brutal in the criminal justice system.
You bring up a good point, though. As a prosecutor, how do you even try that? Like you gotta be sick to really try a 6-year-old for picking flowers, especially after you gain understanding of what all happened. There's no way. Sick. There's no way. And a person taking anger towards the minority on a 6-year, I'm telling you, it just don't make sense. And she said, because if this was a child,
if they were white. Oh, absolutely. If they were white.
You feel me? We just had a segment on that. You feel me? This is crazy. I mean, I don't even. And now he gonna go his whole life like, dang, I can't pick up that flower. That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a crime for real. This is crazy.
Injury to real property for picking a flower. We definitely got to keep tabs on this, and I pray that it just gets dropped. I'm just so like overwhelmed as how is this even taking place? How is this even happening? Like, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. You can't be serious.
And then how are we just now finding out about it though? A 6-year-old picking up flowers, and it's going to trial like soon. Like, so that means that they had this boy in custody way beforehand. Been talking with his family way beforehand, and it's just not reaching the surface. It's crazy.
As a parent, I'm calling every news station, whoever I can. Where was his warning?
I mean, I feel that 100%, but a warning for picking up a flower? Like, I don't even think
that's what kids do. That's what kids do. Anybody who has kids or who has been around kids knows when you're outside, especially it's springtime. We just came from wintertime. Now the flowers are starting to grow. You know, it's new and exciting again for the kids because it's like, oh, the flowers are back. That's what they do. They pick the little dandelions. They pick the wish ones where you blow the wish off of them. You know, they pick everything. They pick grass. They pick dirt. They pick rocks, wood chips, sand. Whatever it is, it's interesting.
Especially grass. I can't tell you how many times. Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've ripped grass out the ground and then just dropped it. Is that injury to property? Exactly. Like, I can't tell you how many times. That's crazy.
That's crazy because I do it as an adult. You mean to tell me I'm not? I will go right now outside, and if there's a flower in the ground, if it's appealing to me, I'm gonna pick it up. I've done it multiple times, plenty of times. I love flowers, so if it's a pretty flower, I'm gonna pick it up and take it with me. I've done it.
So, I mean, if they were going to convict the baby, maybe they should have just explained to him not to touch them. This is absurd. Absolutely. And they will have to answer to God. But it's like, I don't know. If there's going to be a jury on this case, I hope they have common sense, which we learned.
Let's think about that, though. Let's think about that for a minute. It has to be a jury of his peers by law. By law, you cannot sit on a jury unless you are 18 years of age. Some states is 21. How the hell is he going to have a jury of his peers?
This is crazy. This shouldn't have even went to trial, let alone.
He shouldn't have got arrested.
Yeah, thank you.
He shouldn't have got arrested. He shouldn't have got arrested. Period. Period. Y'all. We gonna keep tabs on this one and make sure we follow this story.
Sure.
We keep y'all updated. Of course they haven't released his name because he's a minor. So we don't know, but whoever this young baby is, my heart and my prayers go out to you. Exactly. He's a child. You don't deserve this. You deserve to be able to pick flowers. You deserve to be able to play outside. You deserve to be able to still have innocence and purity. And the North Carolina justice system has stripped you of that. And now your innocence and your purity is gone forever at the age of 6. And I'm so sorry that our world, that this America is set up and designed this way.
Absolutely. But yes, we will continue to keep tabs on that, praying for the best as always. But to a little more pressing news, we have a George Floyd update for you all. Testimonies were just released, I believe, for like 5 days now. You can still watch it live. I see a lot of people talking about Godzilla versus King Kong, but we got a whole trial that needs to be won for us. You feel me? But yeah, jumping into some George Floyd updates. We got y'all, no doubt. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And the first video is a testimony from the paramedic that first arrived at the George Floyd murder scene.
Former police officer Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd. Paramedics, first responders who arrived on the scene taking the stand today. Seth Bravender saying when he saw the officers on top of Floyd that he thought Floyd must be resisting, but then said that he saw he wasn't moving or breathing. His partner Derek Smith saying when he got closer to George Floyd, he thought he was dead. George Floyd's girlfriend, Courtney Ross, also testifying today about their struggle with opioids. ABC's Alex Perez again tonight from Minneapolis.
Today, paramedic Seth Bravender testifying that when the ambulance arrived on the scene, he thought police were still wrestling with George Floyd.
Multiple officers on top of the patient when we pulled up at that point. I assumed that there was potentially some struggle still because they were still on top of him.
But when he got out of the ambulance, he realized that wasn't the case.
I didn't see any breathing or movement or anything like that.
Did he appear to be unresponsive to you at that point in time?
From what I could tell, just standing from a distance, yes.
The other paramedic, Derek Smith, approached Floyd.
The officer was still on him when I approached.
And what did his condition appear to be to you overall?
In limited terms, I thought he was dead.
You can see Smith here taking Floyd's pulse. Former officer Derek Chauvin still with his knee on Floyd's neck. The paramedic testifying Floyd had no heartbeat and wasn't breathing, and that police were doing nothing to help.
There was no medical services being provided to the patient.
In the ambulance, Smith says he tried his best to save Floyd.
To save a being, and I was trying to give him a second chance at life.
But it was too late.
Well, he was deceased, and I dropped him off at the hospital, and he was still there.
After the ambulance left, Chauvin got a call from his supervisor, Sergeant David Pluger. He had heard from a concerned 911 dispatcher who was watching the scene play out over security camera. She testified that she thought the video had frozen because the officers were on top of Floyd for so long. She says she knew something was wrong and called the sergeant.
You can call me a snitch if you want to, and all of them sat on this man. So I don't know if they needed you or not.
The sergeant then calling Chauvin. This is what Chauvin told him.
We just had to hold the guy down. He was going crazy.
But the sergeant testified that in that phone call, Chauvin never told him he had pinned Floyd down with a knee on his neck. Today, the jury also hearing from Floyd's girlfriend.
So yes, if you'd like to know more information about what the girlfriend said, I'll allow you to search that up on your own. But I did have one more video to show us. Right here.
The reason I love using StreamYard, that's easy.
Although StreamYard is a very good.
I can make a show.
Very good.
At some point, did you make a 911 call?
That is correct. Did call the police on the police.
Right. And why did you do that?
Because I believe I witnessed a murder.
And so you felt a need to call the police?
I felt the need to call the police on the police.
Now, there were police there, right?
There were police there.
Okay, why didn't you just talk to them about it?
I believe, we just didn't have no connection. You know, I spoke to them, but not on a connection of a human being relationship.
Did you, believe that they were involved?
Yes, totally.
And so when you made that 911 call, about how long after the ambulance left was that?
Time recollection? I don't know.
It's a matter of minutes?
Minutes, seconds. Not too long after they retreated to the other side of the street, I proceeded to call the police.
And prior to today, have you had an opportunity to listen to a recording of that 911 call?
Can you please repeat that question?
Prior to coming to court today, did we play for you a copy of that 911 call, a recording of it?
When I say yes or no, I cannot remember at this moment.
Okay. If you heard that today, would you be able to recognize it as the 911 call that you made?
That is correct.
We have now marked that as Exhibit 20, and Your Honor, we would ask that it be, we are offering it now as Exhibit 20.
Okay. 20 is received.
All right. You feel me? There's a lot of different videos on that whole trial itself. Another one that I'm not gonna show y'all just for the sake of time is Officer Chuvins, which is the person who murdered George Floyd. He spoke out about the situation and said that
you gotta play it. You gotta play it.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you, because
even if it's just
I don't want to misquote him either.
Portion of it, yeah. Even if it's just a portion of it, but you gotta play it, because this man, he feels justified in his actions. Yeah, but y'all, while he gets that, just, you know, we gotta make sure we're staying on top of the things outside of just the entertainment culture. You know, everybody's been talking about Godzilla and King Kong, which I ain't seen it yet, and I do plan to. It's just been a busy week of higher important things going on. But we gotta make sure that we stay on top of these things. You know, this George Floyd case, it brought upon a lot of protest and controversy, just and on top of multiple other police killings towards the Black community. But his was one, you know, that was a highlight of 2020. Will definitely go down as part of the history. One of the ones that our children's children will be learning about. It's just one of those ones that didn't slip through the cracks. It didn't slip through the cracks, and we want to make sure that, because when we do get those ones that don't slip through the cracks, we want to stay on top of them. We want to stay on top of them. We can't let these murderous police officers continuously get away for their vicious crimes. They are murderers, period. They are murderers.
And you seen it clear as day. I mean, the first responding paramedics said that when they approached the crime scene or the scene at the time, he was non-responsive. And with the officer's knees still on his neck.
Still looked like that they were having an altercation, but when he was able to get a clear-eyed view, it was like this man is not breathing or moving. And the other officer said, and he said in layman's terms, which means plain and simple, I thought he was dead.
Exactly. If I could just share my screen one more time, you feel me? This gives a perfect view of what everyone was witnessing at this time. You feel me? Just a few observations, you feel me, off the rip. This man is handcuffed. Handcuffed. There's two officers that you can see in clear view, and this is another officer's body cam that we're watching the perspective of. So 3 officers are on this man while he's handcuffed. This paramedic is trying to check his pulse with the officer's knee on his neck. This man is non-responsive. 3 verse 1, you know, as cops to George Floyd. This is murder.
This is murder.
This is murder. Without a doubt.
This is murder.
That's murder. You feel me? And then the eyewitness testimony, he said he had to call the police on the police.
On the police. He said, because I feel like I witnessed the murder. I think I just witnessed the murder. I need to call the police because that's who's supposed to protect and serve. How
exactly.
You call the police? That's not even a comfortable feeling like, damn, I gotta call the police on the police. Is anything gonna happen from this? Is anything gonna happen from this? It's like, you know, not all cops are bad cops, they say, you know. But how do you know which ones are the good cops? And what's that percentage? What's the good to bad cop ratio? Because from the outsider looking in, it seems like it's way more bad cops than it is good ones.
And as y'all like to say, y'all fit the description, unfortunately.
Y'all fit the description.
Telling you.
Y'all fit the description. How am I supposed to know you're a good cop? You fit the description of a bad one. So I didn't know.
Absolutely.
Man. Okay.
And then the lady watching the video thought the video had frozen.
Yeah.
She thought the video had frozen because they were still on this man.
That was the one, like, you to the point where you think the video's frozen, like they're on him that long. That was the murder. That was the murder right
Absolutely.
there. Wow.
But we encourage you to please stay updated on the George Floyd situation. It's available to watch live. Man, yeah, they released a lot of different testimonies. A lot of them are saying the same thing, that they witnessed a murder. So it's going to be interesting to see how the trial results. You feel me? If the EMTs are saying it, the eyewitness testimonies are saying it, it's going to be very interesting to see.
Was there a settlement ever offered for the George Floyd case?
I believe so. Was that the 27 million?
Okay. Yep, 27 million settlement. Yep, we talked about that 27 mil. We talked about the 27 mil. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, I don't think that can stop the trial.
Yeah, that alone, 27 mil is saying that we know he's guilty. We know he killed him.
We're trying to save him.
But we want him to go home to his family. So that's what that 27 mil is saying. We know he did it. We know he's guilty, but we want him to be able to go home to his family. We want him to be able to someday wear his badge again.
Man, that would be some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But moving on to the discussion portion of this segment.
The lighter side.
Absolutely, because although it looks like the decision will go into our favor, you know, these court systems and these prosecutors and all of that, they work with each other. So we're going to keep tabs on it and definitely see. But as you can see, potential versus battles. Who would win? So, boom. Do you want me to start it off, G?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, awesome. So, the first one I got for us is Auntie versus Mariah Carey.
All right. Okay. So
Who
this
you rocking
one,
with?
song for song, I'm rocking with Auntie. I'm sorry. I love Mariah Carey. I do. You feel me? I love Mariah Carey. I do. But honestly, in a versus battle, song for song, I'm rocking with Auntie. That's Auntie to the heart, to the bone. Especially going song for song. And that's also because Mariah Carey is a high soprano, and I'm not a high soprano. Mary J, she's that solid alto. She has range, so she can stretch to the soprano if she has to. She go a little. She has that alto range. I can't. That's high soprano. Yeah. Mariah, she got almost all of us on that one. Yeah. But real talk, real spiel. Song for song, I'm going Auntie. I'm going Auntie, okay? Because I've been listening to Mary J. Blige since I was in the womb. And my mom used to tell me she used to put things to the belly and make me listen to Mary J. You feel me? I love me some Auntie Mary. I'm going Auntie.
Yeah, this was an easy one for me. Mary J. Blige, one of my favorite songs of all time is Just Fine. You feel me? It's like a whole anthem. It's a whole anthem.
It's a whole vibe. That whole album was good. I think, let me see. Dang, one of my favorites is Be Without You. Hood Love. Which that's a feature, but whatever. You know, she, Auntie takes you back. Enough crying.
She creates anthems.
She creates anthems. Yeah, Auntie, period. Hands down, Auntie.
Absolutely. To our viewers, let you know what you think of this first versus battles. Me and G are rocking with Mary J. Blige. It's very simple. But please let us know. The second one I got for you, unless you wanted to jump in.
Go ahead.
All right. So I got Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B.
Nicki, period. You don't even have to finish that sentence. Nicki Minaj. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling this to all the Cardi B fans because y'all not going to disrespect Nicki. I don't care what she's done.
At all.
Nicki Minaj solidly held the female rap game down for a full decade. Nicki Minaj she started off freestyling. She's a freestyle. She can freestyle. Give her a word and she got it. Word for word, she's gonna go bar for bar. Period. She not only does she have genre range, she raps and she can sing. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj writes her own music, all her own spiel.
And got bars.
Cardi B, she writes some of her music, not all of her music. Cardi B cannot freestyle. That song that she just put up, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Shit sucks. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The song sucks, okay? It's catchy and she got a lot of, little catchphrases and picture captions that you can use, and that's cool, you feel me? Because that's what our generation kind of uses music for right now. Tying that into, the social media platform. But the song sucks. Period. She's not talking about nothing. The entire song, the song sucks. Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B in a versus battle, song for song. I'm going Nicki Minaj. Cardi B ain't even got that many songs. She ain't even got for every one of Cardi B songs. Nicki Minaj is gonna have 5 or 10.
Very true.
Nicki, the queen. The hell, she's the reigning queen right now. And honestly, because she's battling if she's going to retire or not, which I respect it. Let somebody, you feel me? You did your thing. Give us a little bit here and there, but you did your thing. Go ahead and be a woman and pass the crown. And if I had to say in who that crown was going to go to, it's not Cardi. It's not Cardi. Cardi can't take the crown. Cardi cannot take the crown for the female rap game. I can't say who exactly. But when it comes to that hoism female rap game, because you have your different levels, but when it comes to that hoism, because they're all in that category, Meg, I think I would pass the crown to Meg.
That's
Yeah,
valid.
I'm not passing it to Cardi. I don't care who feels that any way about it. I'm not past Cardi B. Can't even drive.
Oh, we.
So you can't give her the gang. Can't pass her the will. What the hell? Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I feel you. I feel
Nicki
you
all day.
100%.
Nicki 100. And Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius. Don't play with me. No, man. Nicki all day. Nicki all day.
I mean, just to add on to what you said, because I agree. She held her own in the era of Lil Wayne, Drake got popping, the continuation of Chris Brown, when you know he going through that little rap verse singing transformation, and did it very well. You feel me? Like G said, she produced a lot of different kinds of music. And she stayed on number one charts for a fat minute.
R&B.
She stayed on number one, not two. Nah, she had the number one song for like a year straight. Absolutely. So I'm gonna definitely go Nicki Minaj for sure. And she was in Young Money like by herself, damn near. So you know, if you know anything about Young Money, that's not a label that you just get into.
No.
You gotta
no,
have
and she held it down as the female
bars.
rapper of Young Money.
She
held
has
it
bars.
down. And she
has
bars.
bars.
She has bars. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, when it comes to rapping, if you cannot freestyle, your talent is minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to downplay that to the two rappers who cannot freestyle, because to be able to write, be able to write your own music is also talent. If you cannot freestyle and you cannot write your own stuff, your talent is minimal. If all you can do is give us a good voice, your talent is minimum. Nicki, she freestyles. She writes her own stuff. Cardi B cannot freestyle, and that right there, she will never be greater than Nicki. Never, ever, ever. I don't care how good she gets. I don't care how many awards she gets. Cardi B will never, ever be better than Nicki Minaj because she cannot freestyle. Period. And when it comes to the rap game, and you look at the history of rap, a lot of rap started as street freestyling. Going bar for bar, street freestyling, that roasting sesh back and forth. If you can't do that, somebody's going to eat you up. Somebody's going to eat you alive in a rap battle. Eat you alive. Because you can always think of content that you done wrote down. But what if you don't have something written down for a certain subject? Good rappers can come off of any subject and give you, whether it makes sense or not. They could come for it. Period. I'm not.
I heard that for sure.
Who else you have for us, right?
Okay, so kind of like a new school versus old school type of vibe, right? So in theory, T-Pain versus Drake.
In theory, T-Pain versus Drake, like song for song?
Yeah, song for song versus battle. Who will win?
I'm gonna say Drake. Do you know how many songs Drake has?
A lot.
Yeah.
Number one songs at that.
Exactly.
A lot.
I mean, he's like number one albums, you know, so features, no features. I'm just, and that's because there are people of this generation, like the new generation, who don't know who T-Pain is. So I'm gonna say Drake.
Absolutely. Okay. You know, you used a lot of logic in your, I can agree that Drake would.
Logic. Yeah, that's just strictly logic, logistical.
Drake would probably win, especially in today's age, no doubt. But you know, T-Pain's song for song, T-Pain.
Take us back. Do you feel
T-Pain got a lot of bangers. but
straight bangers. I really can't think of nothing he has that's not a banger.
Yeah.
If we were to take us back to, you feel me, when we were young, T-Pain all day long, especially because T-Pain can sing. And for those of you who don't know this, like that auto-tune stuff is honestly just for fun.
Honestly, he
T-Pain
can
can
sing for real.
sing. Like his natural voice is so harmonious and angelic. Like dude
This
can
thing for real.
sing. Dude can sing. So if you were taking us back to, you know, like when we were kids, T-Pain, absolutely. But right now, day and time, you know, song for song, Drake got so many songs.
A lot. Yeah.
To the point where it's like I went through a phase where I was like, I'm cool on Drake. I'm not gonna like Drake no more, because I was talking to the dude and he used to like, he loved Drake and he used to like dedicate songs to me. And when we stopped talking, I was like, every time I heard a song, it made me think of him. So I'm like, I'm cool on Drake, but Drake has so many songs that I just kept listening to that one specific album. Like that one album, like I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it alone for a little bit. But that's how many songs Drake has. I just can't stop. I've tried. I just can't stop listening to Drake. I mean, because of the features as well. Like he's on songs with people where it's like, damn, this is a banger. This song is listen, like, okay. And Drake has bars too. You listen, I'd be like, ooh. Child's Play is one of my favorite songs by Drake. Like all time.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
You know, even if you just think about it, like Drake got whole albums like that could honestly just be that you could play today as if it never happened years ago, and they would still be bangers. Like Drake got about 4 albums that you could just play all the way through, and there's very few people that you could say that about.
And he has albums. He ain't got, you know, 10, 11 songs. You feel me? He ain't got 10, 11 songs on an album. He has albums, okay? 20 plus songs. Like it's something to listen to. It's something to listen
most
to.
dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat Drake almost every time. It's gonna be hard to beat Drake.
It's gonna be hard to beat Drake. It's definitely gonna be hard to beat Drake. Which is crazy though, because Drake does not have the greatest stage performance. Period.
True.
Period. Hold on.
Yeah.
I call it, you know, Nicki all day. That's what we said. Nicki all day versus Cardi. She's definitely gonna win.
Absolutely.
And okay, so you know, I talk about stage performance a lot when it comes to, you know, performers and entertainers, because that's part of the job description. Or being an entertainer is your stage performance. And Drake does not have like the greatest stage for, like, he's kind of boring on stage, but his songs be so lit and his vibe be so on point. Like he resonates with the crowd so well, and he usually always has something going on in his background to distract you from his boringness. That it makes up for it. It kind of makes up for it, you know. And a lot of artists, you know how to do that. Some of them, it works for them. Some of them, it don't work for them, but it works for Drake. It works for Drake. And Drake knows how to feel a crowd. He knows how to feel a crowd. So that's important also when it comes to being an entertainer.
I feel that.
T-Pain is a legend, though. We're not going to excuse that at all. T-Pain is definitely a legend. He paved the way for a lot of people. So
I feel that 100%. Okay, so let's do R&B groups.
Oh, ooh,
all right.
R&B groups. Okay, hit me with it.
All right, so
I got one at the top of my head.
Okay, do you want to say yours?
Yeah, I got one at the top of my head.
Go ahead.
Okay, B2K versus B5.
I'm gonna go B5.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go B5.
Me too.
And it's close. It's close. But I'm gonna go B5 because, again, talking about stage performance. And then just in the versus battles, like I feel like again, it's hard. It's hard because it's a little bit like before my time, but I still listen to it enough to really know for real. You feel me? I don't know. I'd go B5 because of stage performance, and then when I think of top 3 songs versus B2K's top 3 songs, like for me, it's B5. Well, what you think about it? Yeah, no
B5.
doubt.
Yeah, B5. No,
Yeah.
like when thinking about it, like there's just vibe and aura together. Just resonated more with me than B2K's, and they were family. They were blood family. You feel me? They are blood family. They're whereas B2K, there was a group of friends. And I feel like sometimes you can tell when they was having tension going on, so it takes away from the greatness that they could have had if they was all on one accord and one page. But with the brothers, but when you're brothers, you can hide that. You can hide better than when you're just friends. So, and B5, baby, let me tell you, okay. Now B2K has some fine members too. When it comes, they was handsome too. But
I'll just let you speak on that.
it was really only Omarion for me.
Right.
So I mean, the rest of they was cool, but it was really only ever Omarion for me. And when Omarion was just Omarion, I didn't care about nobody else in the group. It didn't matter about B2K because baby, Omarion, like, oh, y'all don't understand. But B25, it was. I mean, B5, it was B5. It was B5 for me. So, yeah. But song for song, like top 3 versus top 3, I'm going B5. I'm singing, dancing, the whole 9. Like, I'm...
For real. But again, B2K is close, you feel me? They probably got some stage performance too, just because
they do, because they can dance.
At that time, yeah,
you feel me? They can definitely all that. I don't know. They're both groups are pretty boy light skin groups,
right?
So you get what you get with light skins.
Absolutely. But all right, let's move on to the next one, and I got a little bit of older one. So I got Jackson 5 versus the Temptations.
Damn. Wow. Look, I want to go.
And if you don't know how hard this is, then you just wasn't.
You're too young. Yeah, he's too young. If you don't know how hard this is, you're too young, because still, like, before my time type of thing. So, I want to go with Jackson 5 because I don't want to disrespect Mike, but it's the Temps. I gotta go with the Temps. I have to go with the Temps. I can't even allow myself to comfortably go with Jackson 5 over the Temptations. I want to feel right. I want to sit right in my spirit. I'm sorry, Mike. I love you. But
it's fair.
I'm going with the Temps.
Nah, I mean, the Temptations without a doubt had the stage performance, you feel me?
Without a doubt.
Coordination.
Voice, harmony and melody together, it was.
And that smoothness. It was smooth.
Yeah.
If you just listen to My Girl, like it just soothes you, it soothes you.
Yeah, I'm definitely the Temps.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm gonna have to go with Jackson 5.
Song for song. Song for song. You're gonna go with Jackson 5 over the Temps.
If we do top 5 versus top 5, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. With Young Mike, And Jackson 5 had their stage performance too.
Young Mike, yeah, I mean they did.
Real
You feel me? Like
instruments at that.
these are the men who set the stage for everybody who has the opportunity today. Like if it weren't for both of these groups, like we wouldn't have what it is that we have today. So,
absolutely. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh!
I'm telling you, and that's with Young Mike. Like when he was hitting those
Young
high
Mike, there's
notes,
no defeat in Young Mike. There's just
Mhm.
no defeat in Young Mike. That's why I said I don't want to go against Jackson 5 because I don't want to disrespect Mike, because there's no defeat in Young Mike. Like Young Mike was just, oh my gosh, like I can't wait to, introduce my kids to Young Mike just to see their reactions. You feel me? Because it's just something magical about Young Mike. Like he really had a gift. He truly, truly had a gift that has yet to be duplicated. Like I'm kind of hurt he didn't have no kids, because like just to duplicate that, or not really even duplicate it, but continue that on, like boy. And same with Whitney, like she only had one. I feel like, and this is kind of off subject, but I just feel like when you have a talent that's rare, and you do get to, make it in life, have kids. Have as many as you can. You feel me? Have as many as you can. As you physically and mentally, right? And mentally, you got to be mentally stable for the kids. But have as many kids as you can, because you want to be able to continue that your talent on. And you just have one, and there's no guarantee that that child is going to have your talent. There's just no guarantee. You have two, now you have a 50-50 chance that one of your kids is going to have the talent, but are they going to have it as well? Then you have three, and it's like one of the three is definitely going to have the talent. One of the three is going to have it. And then you think about, even if none of them have it, they're kids. It's going to, that DNA travels down. So even if they don't have it, the kids are going to have it. Like, my granny, my mom's mom, can draw. My mom cannot draw. Me and my baby brother, we're pretty good drawers. Like we can draw pretty good. You feel me? So it's like that. You gotta have kids. Just have kids to let that talent fall down to somebody else, because we don't have much talent today. I'm gonna say that. And we do not have much talent today. Like there we have a little bit here and a little bit there, but we mainly have just a bullshit industry.
A whole lot of BS.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of that. So I just, if you have a talent, you have kids. Have kids. But song for song, I don't know. Like
Cause you gotta think, Jackson 5 got the Who's Loving You.
Yeah.
ABC.
And Mike, like there's no defeat in that.
I Want You Back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, song for song, like I gotta go Jackson 5.
Yeah, song for song in the verses. Jackson 5, they do got the songs. But overall, my overall feelings versus Jackson 5 versus Temptations, I'm gonna go with the Temps. But for the song for song battle, Jackson 5 is gonna take the cake.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we split on this one. Jackson 5, Temptations, but for good reason though. Because it really is hard.
Viewers, especially, our older cat viewers, y'all tap in on this one for real. Like,
absolutely.
Tips. Like, how y'all feel about that one?
Yeah, tap in on this one for sure, because it would be good to have some older perspective, because maybe we're tripping, but
I don't know. I don't.
Especially in a versus battles, you feel me, where everything matters. You said what?
I said they're both before both of our times, so we could be, off. I want to know somebody's opinion who was, a young buck when they were coming up, who was in their same age range type of thing. Like, are you gonna go for the Jackson? Why are you gonna go for the Temptations? Like, and then why?
Absolutely.
Why? You know, man. I would love to hear that one.
For real. But yeah. Let's see. You got one more?
Okay, I got bringing it back a little bit because this was one of the most like infamous beefs. Which is crazy because rappers still have beef now, but it's nothing like how it was when our rappers had beef and we was gonna like the beef was real to the point where we were highly invested. And one of my favorites, it was my brother's favorite, was Lil Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo. Lil Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo, song for song. Who you gonna go for in the versus battle?
No features.
No features.
Okay, because that's definitely important to mention.
Yeah, no features.
Oh, see, initially I was gonna go Lil Bow Wow, but I feel like this is hard for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. What you think? I don't know for real. No features.
No, song for song, no features. I'm going Lil Bow Wow. I'm definitely well. I'm going Lil Bow Wow. I am. I'm going Lil Bow Wow. Lil Romeo has some songs that I like, but I was never really a Lil Romeo fan.
Exactly.
When it came to the rapping. You feel me? Now, everything else that he did, I like Lil Romeo. I do. Feel like he was a decent young rapper. Actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was a decent rapper too.
Really.
But bar for bar, taking it back to deciding who I'm gonna bump in the car, whose CD I'm gonna play, thinking back to which CD had the most scratches on the back from being played so much is Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Dang,
I'm gonna definitely have to rock.
This was old talking about CDs.
For real.
Like that's crazy. It wasn't even that long ago. Yeah, it wasn't even that long ago. But yeah, no, song for song, I'm going Lil Bow Wow. Like Lil Bow Wow's been in the game since he was like 4.
Damn near. For real.
And I think it's crazy because people talk about like why he's not making music and stuff now. Like he's burnt out of that. Like he don't want to make music. He probably don't even have any content really to write it. Like, and I respect it. You feel me? Like he's made his money. He's got it made, and all his main focus is being a dad. So it is what it is. But they're all on that show. Growing Up Hip Hop or whatever. Never seen it, but it's a reality TV show. Yeah, it's called Growing Up Hip Hop or something like that. But it's a show with different celebrities who are now grown, like ones like we grew up on, like Russell Simmons' kids is on it. And then Bow Wow is on it, Lil Romeo is on it. I can't think of who else is on it, but I know for a fact that they're on it or whatever. And I know this because I follow Bow Wow on Instagram. So that's how I know about the show. But I've never seen it. I'm sure it's interesting. I don't watch reality TV. So but for those of you who do watch reality TV, if it's something you're interested in, it's called Growing Up Hip Hop. And it's just with different, celebrities, who are now grown from our age, and they're talking about what it was like growing up in, you feel me, that celebrity world. You still being a child, but yet you're famous, and how that kind of, and where they're at in life right now, how it affected them. So if it wasn't a reality TV show, because I'd be thinking that it's all scripted and fake anyways, and they be having a lot of drama, and I got my own drama. I do not need to be invested in no celebrities' drama.
I feel that 100%. But no, I think I'd go a little Bow Wow as well. And then if we were to add features to the list, I think I would still go a little Bow Wow, because he just got a whole lot of bangers with other people. You feel me? Like Chris Brown, Sierra, kind of like we spoke on a little earlier.
Snoop Dogg.
He got bangers, but yeah, with them features. But solo, it was a little bit difficult to me.
Andre 3000.
Mm-hmm.
Like his features list will go. R. Kelly, his features list is gonna go. His feature list is gonna go on and on and on and on. So on is like, and he has more songs than Lil Romeo. He has more little songs.
Absolutely.
Than now, if we strict this down to just his Lil Bow Wow fades, because he was Lil Bow Wow and then he dropped the Lil and was just Bow Wow. So if we strict this only to his Lil Bow Wow phase, still Lil Bow Wow. He still has more songs.
Yeah.
You feel me? His features is still gonna go harder. Even like, no disrespect to Master P or anything, which is no disrespect, because he said himself, rapping was never his thing. He was just doing something to make money. You feel me? He just wanted to have an avenue for money, but if rapping was never really his thing, that's why he pushed and made sure his kids went to college. But Snoop Dogg, rapping was his thing. That was Snoop Dogg's thing. And so Lil Bow Wow's mentor, who he looked up to, who was supporting him, who had his back through his rap career, was Snoop Dogg. And between the two, out of Master P and Snoop Dogg, and a versus battle there, I'm going to go Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg has more songs and is more relevant in the rap game than Master P is. Master P did his thing. He got bars. He's dope at when he did it, but that was never his thing. So I gotta give it to Lil Bow Wow.
And that's Snoop Dogg that's I ain't gonna lie to you, but
yeah, that's big Unk.
But this will conclude. I'm telling you, big C's. I'm trying to tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
But this will conclude today's podcast. We hope you enjoy. We're going to try to integrate some more fun ones as we do talk about these serious topics, though, as well, because that's what this whole podcast is about, making a culture move. But we appreciate who all tapped in. And at this time, we'd love to thank you, G. We'd love to invite you to our social media platforms. We got Make a Chess Move, Make a Culture Move, our virtual artist storytelling, our YouTube. We just hit 100 subscribers.
Hey, y'all, we just hit 100 subscribers.
Make sure to check out our website, which will have all our workshops and donations tab. Can't forget that. Facebook at MACM303, Instagram MACM303,
303,
Twitter MACM303, Pinterest MACM303. And again, go ahead and check out our MACM virtual workshops. We will have more approaching the summertime. So definitely tap into that. But with that being said, and cop some MACM apparel, can't forget.
Cop some MACM gear always.
Absolutely. But with that being said, y'all, MACM